when someone calls you and they say, "Hey, I want you to put together a meal for me and my honey." Do you provide the ingredients, or should it be something that they already have on hand?
I actually do it both ways. I have some clients that they have a very particular menu.
Okay.
And it's some things they're not accustomed to getting. I just had a client not too long ago who had a dinner party for 8.
Okay.
And he wanted 2-inch thick, dry aged tomahawk ribeyes.
Oh wow.
And the steaks they go for around $250 a piece. So I ended up getting a deal. I got all 8 steaks for $795 from Chicago. And shipped.
Good gracious.
Added he added a few more guests. So I made them regular ribeyes.
Okay.
But that type of item he can get.
Right.
But I do have clients that just because I'm also a personal chef, it doesn't mean that you can't afford me. I'm not going to accommodate you. I'm not going to put people on blast. I do have a couple of guys who tell women, "Oh, I can cook. I'm a gourmet," and they will call me.
That is like so movie-ish.
Come in the back door.
No way.
Swap this out. Swap this out my oven.
That is like the movies.
I want you to cook this. And they go out and they take it out. They pay me. I leave.
No way.
I believe
some of those clients. They have their ingredients already.
They do that on the movies only.
Nah, I believe it. I believe.
But with clients, they want to do something special, and if you want to do something special, it doesn't mean that it isn't affordable. They'll purchase all their items already. I make my own seasoning, so I'll bring my seasonings, I'll bring my knives and so forth.
Okay.
And then they'll just pay me by hour.
Oh,
wow. That is just remarkable. So with your catering service, what particular cuisine do you mostly lean towards? Is it just if anybody wants anything? But what's your favorite type of cuisine to make for your catering events?
Actually, I don't really have a favorite because I never want to be placed in a box. Okay. As you saw, and I know they can't, but I do Italian, I do Mexican, I do Greek. Chinese, Creole, Jamaican. I love to barbecue. Barbecuing is so versatile. You can do anything. I've even made cakes on the grill. I made potato salad
with charcoal.
Mm-hmm. It's like charcoal taste, but it bakes.
I think cake and charcoal, but unless I taste it, I can't knock it. Right?
No, it was a guess. They had dropped the cake. They had an event and they had. They didn't know what they were going to do, and I hated to do it because I make everything from scratch. I told them to go and get cake mix, to get pans and everything, and I put it together, and they kept telling me it's not possible. And I told them it's the same premise of the oven. The oven just heat circulates in the oven. So I did indirect cooking, put the charcoal on one side, closed it, barrel grill, and it created heat circulation.
Absolutely.
And it baked.
Wow. Just a slight charcoal taste, but it wasn't bad apparently.
I would have took it with a scoop of ice cream.
We know you would have, Lucy.
Yes, I would have, most definitely. So how long have you been in the catering business?
I officially started my business. I started my business years ago, and I stopped it because I had other things to do. I had other job offers. I've worked in finance. I've been in management. I've been in retail. I was a financial advisor, credit repair specialist for like 7 years. So then recently, I just had to really, really look at what I was doing. And I tell people, you know what God intended for you to do. Right. When you find yourself at a point that you're doing something, time
your
passes,
passion,
you're creative, and nothing else matters. It's like the world is stopped. And when you find that, that's what God intended for you to do for the rest of your life. You just have to find a way to make it into a career. So 3 years ago, I just made the decision. I was going to go to school. I was going to start a business, and I was just trying to figure out what I was going to do and how I was going to do it, because I was inspired by looking at the people around me, the things that they were eating, and having different health issues. Not only that, I travel. So I go to different states. When I go to these states, there's always a restaurant that you'll wake up in the middle of the night like, oh my God, I wish they were open. Or you just smell it, and it's like the cartoons with the aroma just leading you in the air.
Yes.
But I hadn't found anything like that here. So I came back here, and when I came here, I was just like, I want to find a great barbecue. So I went on a barbecue crawl. I went to 40 different barbecue restaurants in Michigan.
My dream.
I took members from my church, I took relatives, friends, and whenever we would sit down and eat, I wouldn't say anything because they had all tried my ribs. Because I make 5 different types of ribs, and I have one special type of rib called Detroit style ribs that I only did twice a year before I started my business. So when we would sit down to eat, they would all take the first bite and just turn and look at me and say, "When are you opening your restaurant?" And that's why I said I want to have a few restaurants. I want to make a name for myself. I want to make a name for Detroit. That no matter what state I go to, you say that name and people are like, "Oh my God," and they know it. And I just couldn't find any restaurant here where I had that wow moment. I'm still in search. And that's why I know it's not impossible. I'm still in search of a restaurant that makes ribs that are better than my
own.
Okay.
Challenge.
And I'm looking for it. Because you don't want to eat your own food all the time. You don't want to just have to say, if I want this, I have to prepare it.
Right.
So I went from Traverse City to Macomb. Somebody tell me, go here, and I go. And
you coming with us this summer.
And I don't say that. I wait for other people to say it. My friends, family, church members, because I cook. The way I started, and I apologize for this. The way I started, I said that when I worked in finance, I worked with a lot of people in the food industry, Southern Hospitality Group, and so forth, doing advisory work. I saw restaurants open and close. I saw Steve from Steve's Soul Food do the Steve Express. It was not the concept. When people think of soul food, they think of slow cooked. It takes a long time. Exactly. It's going to be great. Not you go up to a menu, say I want a number 2, and go to a window.
Yeah.
So, with seeing that and going in behind the scenes and understanding, I said I was going to create a name for myself before I had the brick and mortar building. So then if you already know my food, once I get it, you'll come running.
Yeah.
Rather than open a business and say, please come and patronize me.
Right.
And no one comes in and you close in 2 to 3 months.
Right.
Most of those restaurants, their marketing was horrible. And no one was willing to try them. And the sad part about it is people will go to a fast food restaurant, a dollar menu, spend $5 or $6 at a dollar menu. Then afterwards they regret I wasted my money. That was horrible.
On garbage.
But exactly. But someone opens a restaurant and that's their dream, and you won't even go give it a try.
And that's so true. We will spend, and even if you go anywhere and you don't, I mean, you can spend $8 on a hamburger that you've been eating that garbage for the past 30 years of your life, but you won't go get some down home for real
from
soul
scratch
cooking a try.
that you could have got for the same $8.
Now, even if you didn't care for it, you still ventured out to see if it was
right.
Instead
That's
of trying
what
that
we
burger.
try to cue into on our show. Take our audience out of their normal, everyday restaurant, chain restaurant that they're so used to going to.
Right.
You're spending the same amount of money that you could have spent venturing out, tasting something fabulous and new, good for you, for the same amount of money that you spent at a chain restaurant. That quality has went down, services went down, customer service is shoddy at best. You had to wait in a line just to get a seat. Seriously?
Yeah.
And we have all these great smaller restaurants, mom and pop establishments that you've never heard of, you've never tried, you never ventured around your corner. They're around your corner. Yeah. And you haven't even patronized them.
Because
money back into your neighborhood.
They're so used to routine. People are afraid to try new things, so they won't. They stick with that $8 garbage that they put inside of their bodies. They would rather kill themselves slowly than to venture out and try great food that's great for you, that tastes great.
And that's why we try to bring that aspect of our city to our audience with our restaurant review, with our spices right, with our recipe spotlight, with our food in the news. Let them know this is what's available. Go try it. They're having a tasting of it. Go try it. They're giving free samples of it. Go try it. That's what we highly encourage. So we are so glad that you came on the show today. Tell everybody about this absolutely delicious salad that you just had us snacking on a few minutes ago.
Right.
Okay, well, this is one of my signature dishes. What I love to do is I love to use ingredients that are from the region, that are from Michigan. because this is where I live. This is where I want money to circulate. A lot of times we'll spend money that's going to go elsewhere when it could be in our own community.
Right.
So the salad is a Michigan romaine. It's also paired with fire roasted red peppers, charred Vidalia onions, sauteed mushrooms, and seared chicken. And then I make my own salad dressing from scratch. It's a sweet Italian salad dressing, and it is full of vegetables. There's so many vitamins in it.
Can I say something, Chef Wallace, please? Now, I did taste the salad. The salad dressing was a sweet, just a bit, kind of had a bit of a tang, but it was a sweet note to it. And Chef Wallace said there were no sugar elements at all.
How?
Besides the sugar from vegetables. Truly amazed by that.
Yes.
I am truly amazed by that. He did not use any type of sugar, agave, honey, or anything to make the sweetness of the salad dressing, but it was sweet because he used the sugars from the vegetables. How genius! How genius! I'm really amazed.
When your restaurant open?
Well, actually, I'm looking into that now. I had a client who they kept hiring me for events. And the client, they were talking about, I think, because I've stayed, because I've also done a couple of Food Network auditions.
Awesome.
And I've done Hell's Kitchen audition.
All right.
And now the MasterChef audition, the television show.
For MasterChef.
And so when I came back, a client called me, and they hired me for 2 events. And they were promoting Motor City Match, and I catered their food.
Wow.
So when I catered their food for the 2 events, they kept asking, well, do you have a brick and mortar yet? Do you have a brick and mortar? And I said no, because even though I really want to be here with the auditions and everything, I'm traveling a lot. And they said, well, still put in for it. And I said, well, I'm not going to be here for the different stages you're doing. And they said, well, we have different quarters. Just put it in because it takes a moment to go through.
Right.
And if we accept you, we know that you have a great restaurant. And when I told them my concept and wanting to employ people from Detroit, wanting that money to be in the neighborhoods in Detroit, because I'm born and raised in the D School Craft Southfield.
All right.
And I finally, when I came back here and I said I'm not going to do any more auditions for a moment, I had too many events going on, starting from Sweetest Day. I did dinners, prepackaged dinners. Then I had clients have me come into their homes. I put the pictures on my Facebook page, on Instagram, and on Sweetest Day alone, I had like 40-something dinners that went out, and then I had 5 events that I had to go to people's homes and prepare meals. And it was not just for themselves; it would be for their friends, their family, their couples. So with doing that, I was working with one of the best event planners that I've worked with here in Detroit. It's called D&D Photography and Event Planning. Her name is Michelle Whitlock. And she is so creative. And the things that she does, and I've worked with different event planners, and she is one of the bestest in the city I've ever worked with.
What's her name again?
Her name's Michelle Whitlock for D&D Photography and Event Planning. And she and I just kept doing event after event. And when I knew that I was going to be here, I went ahead and I applied for it. So that's what I'm looking at now. And if that does happen, then getting a space and opening up so all of my clients that I'm a personal chef for, and all my clients that I did pro bono work for, because that's how I broke into the industry. For 2 years, I did pro bono work for a lot of religious groups and nonprofits to build my name.
That's right.
And with doing that, then they started patronizing me. And people, they knew my name. They were calling me, well, we heard this and you did a great event for them. There was a pastor, and I think he went by the name Reverend Lord Schaefer. I did events for him for 2 years straight. Everything they did, they called me for. And I was just astonished. He lived to be 105.
Good gracious.
Wow. And he was a great man. He just passed away not too long ago. And I was so happy that I had the opportunity to do anything for him.
Awesome.
Well, we see that you are very passionate about cooking and bringing things here to Detroit, and we are right with you on that. We appreciate food That
Good
is
food.
Good food. Yes. Excellent good food that is made here in the Motor City, in the state of Michigan. We are definitely all about that. Can you tell us briefly, what did you bring us to snack on over there that we got actual forks and knives for?
What I brought you today, because I was told to bring you snacks. I brought some of my Detroit style ribs. The ribs I told you to almost caused a riot at the Urban Soul Fest.
And I would like to say that by Lucy here contacting you, it would have probably been nice for her to have told you that I was giving up pork, but it's okay. I'm just giving it up. I haven't gone completely out, so I'm going to try me some Detroit style ribs today.
Thank you.
She's like, I'm off that today.
And just as you talked about the salad and salad dressing, these will be the healthiest ribs you ever had.
Healthy ribs, y'all.
Yeah, where 98% of the fat is rendered off of it, so you're not going to be eating that.
So he said healthy ribs. Never heard of them. Pork, fat, ribs. But he said it, so hey.
And you also will have my apple pastry with a cream cheese sauce.
Okay.
And caramelized apple syrup that goes over the top of it. I won an award for that dessert also. It's my take on apple pie and ice cream.
Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, sound like we about to eat real good after during this particular commercial break that we about to have.
Music break. She's stuttering.
Ooh, wee, for real.
You got
mouth watering and
Wallace.
everything. Holy moly!
Relax, Lucy.
Just to give you guys the brief on the information on how to contact Chef Wallace, that is Soul of the D Catering for Detroit style ribs, Detroit style cheesecake. Award-winning chef that we have here in our studio today. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You were awesome.
To contact Chef Wallace, make sure that you give him a call at 313-267-7162. You can follow him on Facebook and Twitter at chef_DJ_Wallace and on Facebook.com/Soul of the D Catering. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we going into our music break.
Excuse me. You said the number wrong? You said the number wrong, Chef?
Where?
627. I don't know what you said, but
267.
You said 267.
It
is 313-627-7162. This is for Chef Wallace. His information will be on our Facebook page as well as our Instagram.
Yes. And for all of those of you that are watching out in Periscope, we'll be back after this song selection. Bye.